Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State and home to the Kentucky Wildcats. And Big Blue Nation has turned out, revved up, and ready to go. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Gamecocks will boot it away to start the game. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Kentucky's offense will get the first swing of the game. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road, bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. And the returner will be dragged down. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
It might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. Here's the handoff. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it, offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Trying to turn the corner on the right. Nice move there. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. 2nd down coming up. They'll go to the ground. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Now on 3rd down after that run. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. And the Gamecocks are flying down the field. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires to the right. It's caught. Touchdown, South Carolina! What a grab and go for the score.
Well, when you call the wheel route, you need to have the right matchup, and that time they did. It was the linebacker on the running back, one-on-one. He uses his speed, beat him to the outside, and that's about as easy as it can get.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
7, Kentucky, 0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear.
And that's a live ball. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways, and the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This offense has a 2nd down play. Now the play fake. Finds the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Catch in the middle. It's Bennett. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll put the tight end in motion. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Man, that's a great example of KYP. Know your personnel. A QB that doesn't run great, trying to get outside the pocket. Nice job by the defense applying pressure and running him down and getting the huge loss.
He'll take a deep shot here. It's caught downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. He finds his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Kentucky trying to get a little scratch in the red zone. Off the play fake. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Snap from the gun on third down. And it's picked off at the goal line. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he reels it in inside the 30.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And now on second down for this offense. Handoff from the shotgun. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Running to the left. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, that's a nice number.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
I love defenses that can game tackle. How about the defense getting a lot of hats to the football? That receiver's a fast dude. But this defense, they've got a lot of team speed themselves, and they showed it right there.
Trying to get the edge on the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Kentucky sends out the punting unit.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And the returner will be brought down. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been done.
Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't score here, if you don't possess the football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum in the second quarter.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing in college football. This team needs the juju to get going. That first quarter is one they'd love to forget, so find your best playmakers now. Get
running toward the tape. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats. Ready to try the point after.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Toss sweep to the right. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Quick strike complete. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Finds his man, it's Bennett. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. And the Gamecocks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. catch in the middle. It's Harbor. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Escapes the sack. Snowed under by the defense. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Across the 25, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Wants to throw on 1st down. Trying to get to it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They're working that left side. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. He'll just keep slinging it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
It's now 2nd down.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He'll take a shot. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for... He's going to throw deep right side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Going up top on 1st down. He's going to take off. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Grab near the marker. It's Bennett. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Feeling some heat. He's got his man. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
If they don't pick up this 3rd down, let's see if they trust their field goal kicker after the miss on the last drive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Gotta have have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even bringing it out of the end zone. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Well, after not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. The quarterback takes a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these 2 teams thus far there in Lexington.
Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And once he got loose, it was all over. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
South Carolina, 28. Kentucky, 14.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Power football with the run. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Kentucky will be forced to punt.
To kick it away.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
South Carolina offense will take over.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And that's good enough for a first down.
They're going to ride this running back. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41? They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double-teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
The Gamecocks get it past the sticks.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth.
It's a fumble on the play. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back. Hang on here. The coach is calling a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And the Gamecocks are rolling down the field. On the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously have a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing it his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball they're thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Looking for a crease. It's Patterson. On the move at the 30. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. They'll give it to him again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the big tackle.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this this no-gain land.
Well, the offense trying to get the screen pass to the running back and get him out into space to do some damage, but the defense not having it. No gain on that play.
Looking down the middle. Hauls it in. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
Into the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, Kentucky!
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Touchdown, Kentucky. How about that D coming up with a play like that? This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense getting set for 1st down. Handoff from the gun. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Line getting set on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. The Gamecocks get enough for the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Just when they're looking run, now up top. He's going up top. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, South Carolina. And that one will give them the lead.
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field, treating him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The give to the back. Bulls his way forward. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Trying to seal the edge on the right. At the 35, he's loose. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
Wide open downfield. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Try to barge their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. He wants to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He gets him at the 21, but a big play there to get away from the shadow of the goalpost. They picked up 15. Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. They'll try to get outside. Hard running there.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down?
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. And the Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Little too much juice on that one from the junior. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. From the gun to give, looking for room. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. To the air, it's Sellers. He's got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's 1st and 10 from the 13.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get 1st downs to stay on the field, and they're executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the
offense pops it up, and they were on the move. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the clock. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Anderson. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They'll throw it on first down. Got a man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on second down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. That is the last thing you want on first down as an offense, a sack. Now it's second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Lofts one high and deep. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Flushed out of the pocket. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. Fair catch called for and made. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Makes the grab. Into the spin cycle and forward. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He's looking to throw it. Coming after it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. They keep attacking through the air. Snags it over the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Patterson. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late. It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into traffic, intercepted. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee.